Achieving your best curls comes down to using the right products and techniques. Keisha Kerr is here to break down which curly combo may be right for you. Let's welcome Keisha. How are ya? So good to have you here. So we're also using our model Rachel.
We are. This is Rachel.
This is Rachel, and she's going to demo a few products that you will use on her hair, and they're different techniques.
Yes.
Some of which I've tried, some I haven't. So we're going to start with using the foam and the raking method.
Yes. So we're going to start with the foam and the raking method. You know, we're back from hot curl summer.
Yes.
And some of us need a little revamp and a little refresh on what products to use and how to best use them.
Yes.
So I love a curl foam. My two favorite right now are from Pattern and the Dew. So I'm going to show you on this section really quickly. We're going to do the raking method with a foam.
Nice.
So I'm just making sure that this section is damp but not soaking wet. Okay. We don't want the section too wet because it's then going to dilute the foam and we're not going to get what we need to out of it.
Got it.
It's going to take about, I'd say, 3 to 4 pumps of foam. Starting at the roots and smoothing all the way down, we're going to make sure that product is in there pretty evenly. Then with our hands, we're going to create a rake.
Make the claw.
Make the claw. We're going to go from roots all the way down with our little rake, and then we're going to come in from the side and go all the way down. And what this is doing is creating little sections of defined curls. So once you kind of have it looking like this, there's no frizz, you're going to move on to the next section. Air drying or diffusing is totally optional for this.
Real talk, when you do this, are you standing on a towel?
Absolutely.
Yes.
No shirts.
No shirt,
no.
Towel, because
Towel,
you're going through, the hair's coming out, the
water.
foam's coming out.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about using foam in the two-strand twist method. What results can we expect from that? And
So,
actually, I want to show how it will look like after it dries.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
first one, how does it look when it's dried?
So after this, the raking method is dried, you're going to get a bit more volume, okay?
Beautiful.
So we have definition here, but it's not like every single curl is defined. This is good for clients or people that have not a ton of density and want that really voluminous look. Rachel prefers a lot of volume, so this would be a great method for her.
Okay, so now two-strand twist.
So now two-strand twist. We're going to move on over here. So similar like the first section, we're going to start with a subsection. We're also going to dampen it with a little bit of water. And then we're going to go right in with our foam again.
That foam is a magical thing.
It is.
Right? You really do need it.
It totally is, yes. So within this section, we're going to subsection. Now, the section of your twist is really going to determine what your twist out looks like.
Okay.
So if we're going to do smaller sections, we're going to get a smaller coil. Bigger sections, we're going to get bigger coils. So once I've kind of determined what my section is going to be like, I'm then going to divide it into two. So I have 2 strands, and they both have product on them. Then I'm going to begin at the root by just twisting them around each other.
Does it have to be pretty tight, Keisha?
I would say so.
Okay.
If it's too loose, it's not going to stay. Number one, you're also not going to get that kind of curl that you want. Think of a curling iron, right? So you're wrapping the hair around pretty tightly. So in essence, that's what we're kind of doing. We're reforming the curl.
Beautiful. Now, when you get to the bottom, or when that dries, and you take it out, how's it going to look?
So I'm going to show you.
Nice.
So I've kind of dried and styled some twists already.
Yeah.
So we have one here. So you can see too how much they shrink up also, right? So you're still going to get a bit of shrinkage, but not as much compared to doing the raking method.
Right.
Unraveling your twists, you're going to want to leave them in at least overnight. So you do want them pretty dry.
Yeah.
When you're unraveling, you can use a light serum on your hands, but nothing too heavy.
Okay.
And we're just going to lightly separate. So you're going to first unravel the 2 main strands, and then we're just going to separate. And you can see there we have a more elongated and defined curl that's different from her natural curl pattern.
Okay. But you have to give it the time to marinate.
Yes.
Right?
Very important, very important. Let it cook.
Let it cook.
Yeah.
Let's move on to using gel and the shingling method, which I've never heard of before.
Shingling is one of my faves. This is going to provide the longest lasting results, I would say.
Okay.
Outside of a twist out. Twist outs are great too because you can wear the twist for a week, then we can twist out for another week.
Right.
So with the shingling method using gel, we really want to make sure the section is saturated with water. That's really important for gels and creams so that the product isn't sitting too heavy on the hair.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna take a bit of gel. I'd say about, for this size section, about a loonie size amount.
Okay.
So again, just from the roots down to the ends. Different from the raking, we're actually gonna be sectioning out individual curls.
Ooh.
So we're kind of letting the hair separate itself, but
Yeah.
what we're doing is grabbing individual curls, pulling them just to smooth them out and letting them kind of bounce back up.
So this is going to take some time.
It's a little more time consuming, but it lasts longer.
But it lasts longer,
lasts
and
longer.
probably the results are incredible.
A lot more definition. So this is
Okay.
great for high density people who
Yeah.
are just looking for their style to last the whole week.
And how does that look when it's done and you're finished all of it?
So I will show you. So we have just a bit more
Major definition.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
compared to the
Oh,
side that
beautiful.
we raked, right?
Okay, do we have time to do the last? If we do, we will. Okay, so we're going to combine a gel with the clumping method. How is this different than the last
So very
one?
quickly, clumping method will be a bit more familiar to people. So again, we're going to start with water because we're using a gel. We're going
Nice.
to do a little bit of product, roots to ends again. And this time, instead of piecing out individual curls, we're going to purposely take clumps
Okay.
and we're going to twist them.
Got
So
it.
finger coiling is another name for this method. And this is great for looser textures and tighter textures too.
That's so good. And it's almost like a little bit of a cheat, right?
It is a little bit, yes.
And when those are done,
So when these are done, we get bigger clumped curls.
Nice.
Again, better for someone who might have a lot more density.
beautiful. So now, Rachel, we've just left you with 4 different hairstyles, okay? 4 different curl patterns. Keisha, thank you so much for that.